Hello, Forever Family. Once again, it's time to do another Bible study video. The purpose of doing these videos is to make disciples. Have you ever wondered if all the versions of the Bible share the same message? Well, God has given us the passion to do that. How is He doing that? By doing the same message in multiple versions of the Bible. On a website called www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org, which has over 2,500 complete book studies, topical teachings, and different formats of sharing the gospel. There are some messages done in over 50 different versions of the Bible. And why is that done? Well, the tagline for www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org is passion to make disciples. That's what He's given us. He's given us passion to share the gospel, doing the same message in multiple versions of the Bible on multiple platforms, so that everybody can have an opportunity to get into a relationship with Jesus, the Messiah, Yeshua. Some of those platforms, our Facebook page, Parler, MeWe, YouTube, and Twitter, they're all called Where Scripture Speaks Clearly. Today, Ecclesiastes 3 from the TLB version of the Bible, we read Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 through 13. There is a right time for everything, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to destroy, a time to rebuild, a time to cry, a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time for scattering stones, a time for gathering stones, a time to hug and a time not to hug, a time to find and a time to lose, a time for keeping and a time for throwing away, a time to tear and a time to repair, a time to be quiet and a time to speak up, a time for loving, a time for hating, a time for war, and a time for peace. What does one really get from hard work? Here's the answer. I have thought about this in connection with all the various kinds of work God has given to mankind. Everything is appropriate in its own time. But though God has planted eternity in the hearts of men, even so many cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. So I concluded that first, there is nothing better for man than to be happy and to enjoy himself as long as he can. And second, that he should eat and drink and enjoy the fruits of his labors, for these are gifts from God. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 through 13 from the TLB version of the Bible. Have you ever wondered if all the versions of the Bible share the same thing? Well, on www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org, the Facebook page all has the same name. The Parler, MeWe, YouTube, and Twitter and Facebook page, they're all called Where Scripture Speaks Clearly. Where Scripture Speaks Clearly, we're trying to find out. That's the passion that God has given us. So as a Christian, I'm supposed to share the gospel with you to make disciples. So I've done that. I'm asking you to do your part. What is your part? Whatever platform you're watching this video on, let the platform know if this message reached you or if you're engaged in this message and why. Leave a positive comment. What I've learned in ministry, sometimes it takes one courageous person to leave a positive comment for someone else to also leave another positive comment. And I'm going to help you with that because in the comment section, I'm going to put some questions. I'd like for you to fill those questions out. The only purpose of these questions is to find out who's watching these videos so that we can team together to share the gospel so people can hear about Jesus the Messiah, the Yeshua, and decide where they want to spend eternity. You want to store treasures for yourself in heaven, all you have to do is hit the share button at any time during this video, and you'll be doing a great commission of sharing the gospel because we use Scripture to explain Scripture. So if you hit the share button, you are actually doing a great commission. So like, share, follow, subscribe to these different sites so you can always know when there's something new. Rate these videos, like these videos. About a year ago, God had me make some shirts and some masks. On the front and back of the shirts, He had me put Scripture. And on the mask, He had me put the picture of the bookcase of Bibles that I started this website on. And I'm going to put those videos on the different platforms if they let me. So I'd just like to get your feedback on. And whenever something new comes out, I'm always going to let you know with a video what it is so I can get your feedback on it. And something might be coming soon. Something is in the works, but it's not there yet. Once it gets ordered and arrives, I'll do a video. So watch this video. Now go to Where Scripture Speaks Clearly. There's the Facebook page, Parler, MeWe, YouTube, and Twitter, all with the same name. Do the same things that you're doing on this video. And then, because it has the most content, go to www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org, which has over 2,500 complete books, studies, topical teachings, and different formats of sharing the gospel. There are some messages done in over 50 different versions of the Bible. Why is that done? Because God has given us the passion to make disciples. Thank you for coming here today. Go to www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org, which has the most content, and do the same thing with those. And under Where Scripture Speaks Clearly, there's the Facebook page, Parler, MeWe, YouTube, and Twitter. When there's other sites, I'll let you know about them too. I'm always adding more books, studies, topical teachings, and different formats of sharing the gospel, so keep coming back. So goodbye for now. Remember, I'm always adding more, so keep coming back and tell your friends about these. Hit that share button.